Hi everybody, Brett back, High Altitude Scale Modeling with another Sprue review. You can tell by the thumbnail. This is a special little kit that some people have been waiting for. A lot of people have been waiting for. Some will love it. Some will say it's over-engineered. But let's just have a look. Got this directly from Zoukei-Mura today. I pre-ordered it a long time ago. If you want to buy them, they're currently $95 on Sprue Brothers if you're in America. Doesn't include shipping. Okay, beautiful box art. This came inside the box separately. This is the Eric Hartman figure, which we will look at later. There's also a correction and an apology for a mistake made in the instructions. And, they apologize and are pleased to correct it. So, keep that in mind. We'll look at the instructions and figure that out. So, I have not been in this box yet. Super Wing Series number 18, 10th anniversary, which was in 2010, or 2020. Turn around here. You have some actual built-up pictures of the aircraft. There are many 1/32nd scale Me-109s out there. Now we get Zoukei-Mura's take on it. And I love some of their aircraft. Actually, I can say I enjoy most of their aircraft. So, 2 bags of clear parts. Get this settled in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 10, 11 screws of plastic. Instructions, decals, catalog, mask set. Let's jump right in here. So these are not resealable bags, which some love, some hate. Doesn't matter to me which way or the other. Because I don't resell my kits after I review them. Here we go. Fuselage halves. It's going to have a fully detailed engine, fully detailed cockpit. If it's like the A-10, it's going to have a fully detailed pistons and engine. Turn on one more light here. So, very nice seam line detail, panel line detail, sorry. And some of the detail parts, tail wheel, some of the bulkheads and framing for the cockpit. There's the tail wheel itself. The other side, looks like the bottom. Horizontal stabilizer, rudders. These look like the posable for the horizontal stabilizers. So, there are no, well, I'm wrong. There's not a lot of sprue tabs in the wrong spot. Let's start here. This is all the interior detail work. There are sprue tabs here, 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 and here. Sorry, ejector pin marks. They're not very big. They may be covered by interior detail. They may not. There's 2 more of them here. These you won't see for sure unless there is an open panel for the radio, first aid kit, and all that stuff. So just keep that in mind when you test fit. But there are no ejector pin marks on these parts. Horizontal stabilizers 1 piece. These 2 are 2 pieces. These are 2 pieces. This door, not sure what it's for, but there's none in there. None on these parts. Oxygen tanks, other kind of tanks, don't know what they are. It's like some sort of fan or generator. It's very well done. And this looks like the radios. And again, I could be wrong on some of this, because I know many ME109 experts, and I'm not one of them. Some nice rivet detail on there, and panel line detail. And the wheel is two-piece. There's no weight on it, but I'm not sure there's much weight on the tail wheel anyway. Next, let's do some wing parts. That won't cut. So we've got wing parts all over the place, top and bottom. Posable flaps, ailerons, wingtips. Very nice plastic. Looks like leading edge slats are posable too. Again, there's no rivet detail, and I don't know if there is rivet detail on a 109. I'll have to look that up. But it's got nice panel line detail. And there's access hatch detail. And here's some rivet detail and some access hatch detail. And same on this part of the wing. And this part of the wing. Landing gear area. Wing tips. Other side. Some detail because you know the wheel well is open on part of it. And then there's nothing, I mean, of course, run over the ejector pin marks, make sure they're flush, test fit. All the things you would do with any regular kit, including one that's this high quality. Here, nope, let's go here because we were just talking about wings. This is what you get the love-hate with Zoukei-Mura is. Some of their kits, like this one, are designed to be completely, totally detailed. This is the internal structure of the wings. Some people hate that, some people love that. Because you can leave panels off. Wheel well parts. That looks like the radiator part, cooling part. And these internal detail of the wings is thought out in such a way where there's not going to be any ejector pin marks because they put in these sprue tabs to push it out of the mold on both of them. As you can see on the other side. None there. None there. Some nice detail along there. Just remember, this is part of the underside. There are ejector pins inside these radiator parts, so you have to make sure whether they're going to be seen or not. And rivet detail on there. And there's your grills. Right here. Of course, they have detail inside of them. Inside these parts of the wheel wells, detail. And then there's other parts here, I'm not sure what they are. These are parts for control surfaces. These are the weights for the ailerons. Again, there's a lot of good detail in these internal parts of the wings. Alright. What else can be? Alright, let's do some parts of the cockpit. So, your engine mounting brackets, fuel tank, bulkhead where the seat's going to go, floor, the walls of the cockpit with all the controls. Here's one of your guns, trim tab wheels, looks like machine gun ammo box, throttle, control stick. These engine mounts are beautifully done. So, like I said, the engine mounts are beautifully done. There are no ejector pin marks on either side. I'm not sure what these two parts are. It's like also part of the mounting brackets. I believe this is going to be part of the internal cockpit controls, trim tab wheels, like I said, your ammo box. Here's one of the guns, and it is hollowed out on the end. Okay, it's one piece. Rudder pedals, other controls. Here's the one side of the cockpit. Back of the seat, fuel tank, bulkheads, floor, throttle, control stick, some more parts for the cockpit, controls, dials. I'm not sure where these go, but they have very nice raised and recessed detail. Okay. And again, I'm not one of those people who can tell you accurately if this is correct or not. I can just show you how it looks and then let the experts take over. Here's your engine detail. Wow. But I do not currently see any pistons. I do see a lot of ignition wires, fuel lines, regular wiring leads, some tanks, another part of a machine gun. Guessing that's part of the propeller hub maybe. There's a supercharger. Lots of engine parts. And your block, your cylinder heads. There are pistons. It even looks like gaskets for the exhaust. So let's start here. Probably get everybody's attention. That beautiful engine block. Isn't that great? Now, the part that'll get to people is there are pistons inside this engine that you'll never see because you're going to put the engine together. Pistons are going to go in those cylinder heads. So unless you do some really good scratch building and tearing it apart, you'll never see those. Just like in the Skyraider. It could be a lot of other ones that I haven't looked at yet. There's very fine detailing. Remember, this is 30 seconds, so it's not going to be totally fragile. And your valve covers, other parts of engines, I don't know what they're for. Supercharger, where the spinner's going to go. I think that's part of a gun. And then again, there's your lead wiring, hoses, ignition leads. And this doesn't have the exhaust manifold on it. Okay. I like these bags, they're not very crinkly. Let's see if we can find some more engine parts. Those aren't engine parts, those aren't engine parts. Well, let's just go here. Because these are landing gear. Propeller hub, which has a cannon running through the center of it, which I haven't seen yet. I don't think there was much flat spotting on ME109 tires, but there's none on these. And it looks like a filter. More fine wiring. There's the prop. Yeah, because there's where the filter goes. I'm sure these go in. I'm not sure, but I'm thinking they go inside it. Landing gear struts, which have no burring on them on mine. Landing gear doors. Here's the bottom of the engine compartment. Bottom of the fuselage. Very nice detail there. No burring or flash on the prop. Look through here. And I don't know what most of these parts are. These are the obviously for the wheels. Prop spinner, I'm not sure what that is, and these go around the prop. Landing gear doors, there's your wheels and tires. I think this is part of the prop. Flip it over, inside of the doors, ejector pin marks right there and there. So they could have done something about that, but they didn't. And there you have this nice sprue. This is Sprue H. Looking at the thickness of that instruction manual, it's going to take time to get through that. Alright, engine cowl. Instrument panel maybe? Yep, instrument panel, engine cowl. Parts, I have no idea what they are. I know this goes under the fuselage. Here's a couple more gun barrels. I'm guessing these are all somehow part of the fuselage. There's your aerial. There's your other aerial. Now these cowl doors are really nice. On the inside, I hate to say it, but unless those are meant to be there, those are ejector pin marks in every one of them. At least 4, possibly more. Unless that's how it's supposed to be. And if you have these closed, it's not going to matter. But if you're displaying the engine, it is going to matter. We'll keep looking at this back side while we're going, since we're here. Be careful taking these off. There, hollowed out gun barrels. And this side of the engine cowlings looks great. And then some of the other parts, which I don't know what they are, again. And there's a nice instrument panel. It's got, no, that's just for putting in place. So you want to get the decals if there's decals for it. Alright, got some more tires on here. Tank. Some tanks. Another tail wheel part. This is Sprue F. The small parts. It's like aileron parts maybe. Again, like I said, some more tires. So there's obviously different versions of this one you can do. There's a tank, some smaller tanks, there's your tires, another leg for your tail wheel. And the other side again, these all look nice and rounded, no burring on them. Here we have some guns. Right? Or a gun. Some another ammo belt. That might be your gun sight. Some other cockpit parts and parts I'm not sure what they're for. But this is Sprue I. And you got one more. Yes, this is your drop tank. Tank. Very nice raised detail. Sprue L. And we got clear parts. So, 2 different clear canopies, although they do look the same. But they are not overly thick and look very good. Look at this. No distortion. Outstandingly clear. And 1 more set of clear parts. Which I can't open for the life of me. Okay, you've got your armored glass, 2 different ones, 3 different ones, no, 2 different ones, a whole nother canopy, instrument panel that's clear, there's your fuel line for the cockpit, more armored glass for the front, another instrument panel, and lights, and a couple other things, but again, very clear. You'll be able to mask this easily. 2 different armored fronts, 2 instrument panels, more armored glass for the front, there's your fuel line, be careful cutting that off. Again, very clear, no distortion, no hanky-panky. Beautiful clear parts. So, are we ready? Oops. Die cut mask. Can't really tell, but it is. And decals. These are beautiful. Almost no carrier film. Semi-gloss. All your stencil data, your walkways. You do have instrument decals. And all you need to know, printed by Cartograph. Swastikas taken in part of the various countries. I like that. And you get a catalog of all their kits they've made. I'm not sure if they're available or if they're just the ones that are made. I have a few. I have that one. 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 I got most of the Phantoms. Anyway. Instruction book. It's printed like an owner's manual from the outside. From the inside, matte, not gloss. Talking about the engine, talking about the armament. There is English about the aircraft. I have ordered the brass gun barrels for this. They should be ready in a week. More about the aircraft. They break down the build sequence. Painting and decals. Parts list. Okay. Lots of stuff to read on here. Fuel capacities, landing gears. I haven't seen any color callouts yet. There's a SW design concept book you can get, like you can for most aircraft. There's color callouts. Looks like Vallejo, model air and model color. You are free to choose whatever colors you want, whatever paint you want. And then, you know, guides to certain symbols. Here's all your engine parts taken off of there, what sprue they're on, what number they are. 66 parts. This is what it looks like built up. kind of in color. Yeah, because that's the German gray-green interior. That black, so it's got all the sides of it built up. Nice touch. And then the actual building of the engine. Yes, these look very busy. How yours should look when you put the pistons in. And, you know, there's what color that should be. Pretty self-explanatory. The bottom view, parts after assembly. Telling you even to cut off the sprue tabs, sprue gates, ejector pins. Then we go over here again, how it looks assembled, the real thing. Parts configuration after assembly, they're doing a very good job. And your ignition leads going in, touch position zoom view, so they even give you a zoom view. A little bit, and it's even down here. Number 8 is black, number 9 is silver. So even giving you so you don't have to keep turning back. Part numbers do not cement, so give you the guides going along. Still working on the engine. These are over 66 parts. Supercharger's got some parts. There is no PE in this kit. I'm sure eventually there will be some. Putting the engine mount on the engine. Some more wiring, hosing. You gotta run it through there. How it should look when you're done. Here you've got a gray and a silver. Oh, see, this even helps. Cooling fluid vapor filters. So this is telling you what the parts are too. And again, how they go on, all views. Picture of it when done. Cooling fluid tanks. So you could learn a lot about this aircraft by building it. Oil tank. So I don't know, there's an oil tank. See? Some pipes. I don't recall seeing any exhaust. More pipes. More pipes. Flywheel starter. Interesting. Where it is on the actual aircraft, the DC generator, flywheel starter. Exhaust pipes. So, Sprue E had the exhaust pipes on them. Let me see which one is E. E has the engine block. There they are. Found them. Wouldn't even looked right past them, but they are hollowed out on the end. You can hollow them out a little more, just paint them. Alright, where were we? Engine, and you can build an exhibition stand if you want to not have it in the aircraft. And you get that from parts of the sprue runner. Nice touch, not wasting any plastic there. And shows how to use it. Cockpit, 45 parts. These are all your parts. This is what it looks like assembled. And the process, the floor, the bulkhead for the seat, stuff that's going on the floor. Again, it's got your colors down here at the bottom. Gray, black, black, gray, RLM66, yellow, red. How your parts go in. Control stick, your seat tub. I did not see any seat belts, but I wasn't looking for them on the decal sheet, which is right here. And I do not see any seat belts. But those are easy enough to make. Parts going under the cockpit. Spent ammunition box going under the cockpit. The cannon ammunition box. Putting the cannon in. How to paint the ammunition box. Fuel transfer pipe. Again, all your colors. Over here, cockpit left frame. That one part I used right. They said the throttle's on it. How it goes. Top of cockpit going on. The MG ammunition box. Instrument panel. N25 or 013, two different options. You have to decide. And your decal placement and your coloring of it, which you obviously paint it before you place decals into it. And putting the instrument panel in. Putting the side brackets on. Rumph. Fuselage. So the bulkheads, the bracing, all the way to the rear. Landing gear legs, which according to this you have to put them on before you put the wings on. Horizontal stabilizer. So here's what it looks like when you're finished with this part. And it has landing gear legs there. So you may have to do that and be very careful. Some preparation, remove unnecessary detail for attaching the antenna. Tips for removing detail, nice touch. Check this first, which means dry fit before you glue it. Fit each part before you glue them. And your water methanol tank going in there. Fuselage bulkheads going in, showing you the parts that need added. Again, good pictures over there, good paint guides at the bottom. Landing gear, this is your tail wheel. Note the facing position, how it is angled, painting of it. So you're building everything up on one side. Then you'll put the halves together. Horizontal stabilizer goes on before the tail goes on. So that part there was actually for the tail. We're only on page 29 and we're halfway in the book. Canopy back wall. Main landing gear is getting attached to the fuselage there and there. A zoom of the attachment position, the angle you want it to be at. Doesn't say anything about the gear up position. Let's see, applying the motor cannon. And the engine to the front. Now it should look at the bottom view brackets and everything. Now you're working on the wings and the landing gear. 95 parts. And your engine cowl open, engine cowl closed. Check this first, so you want to make sure you're test fitting. Cut out all the sprue gates, sprue tabs before you put any of this in. Putting all the wings together, the main wing spar and everything. Radiator. Main wing spar and radiator duct. Lower wing plates. B1, B20. Do not damage parts when cutting from runner. Wing spar top. And don't let me forget this, which is page 54. And don't let me forget Mr. Eric. And then the left main wing spar and rudder duct. Okay. Wing spar top. Again, this is you doing the same thing for both sides pretty much. Fuselage and main wings. So you get your wing spars going in the fuselage. Fuselage belly, spent ammunition box door, so that door is for that. And some more little parts. Like I said, these are very busy instructions. And then where your ring work covers go there, so take care of that seam line. Your top machine guns, M131s. Sorry, MG131s. Your engine front ring. Upper right cowl, upper left cowl, getting some detail put into it. Filter, engine cowling bottom. And then engine cowling open. Engine cowling closed. Do not use E17 and E18. This is what it looks like when finished. Main gear, so you still have to put the tires on until the end, and the doors, but you can paint the doors the same as the underneath anyway. 61 degrees, 15 degrees, 106 degree angle for your tires. Again, SW sign book. And here, the final outfitting. So your props, your flaps, your elevators, your canopies, 47 parts for this. That's what it looks like when done. And all these are individual decals. They're not one thing you have to try and wrap around. Radiator flaps, landing flaps down, radiator flaps closed, landing flaps down, radiator flaps open, so you can vary those. Again on both sides. Landing flaps raised, landing flaps lowered, aileron right. Same thing on the other wing. And the views. Prop. Windshield. It doesn't say which one to use for which one. I mean, it gives you a number which you use, 08, 011 for the armor. Antenna pedestal. And of course, then the antenna. The canopy. Open or closed. Canopy open, canopy closed, you choose. I'm sure since we had those other canopies, it's going to be the variants of this. Pitot tube, other details, drop tank, and Eric Cartman Bf109 G-14 U4 color scheme. How to use the mask, how to attach the decals, and Anton Kellerman. And there you go. And here are all your decal placements and your color callouts. It's pretending to be a phantom. And your sprue maps. It's not telling you what parts not to use. And if you're missing some parts, you just send them this thing. For use in Japan only. Outside Japan, email them what you need. Boom! Oops, page 54. You got that out and just pay attention. So they made a mistake with the sprue runner. There should only be one of those. They got it as two. There should be one of those, and they got it as two. Well, that's kind of hardly a mistake. Alright, last thing. You get, in the first versions of this, an Eric Cartman resin figure. You get a little painting guide and instruction book. What he looks like, how he stands. It's in tiny, tiny little English. There you go. Color call out. Then, boom. You get this. And this. And that finishes it off. I'm not sure how many kits this will come with, but get it while you can. And there you have it. Just in the beginning, some of you will love it, some of you will hate it, but I bet a lot of you build it. Thanks for watching. sit your ass to the bench. I'm going to start this one in November. Just because I want to. So, thanks for watching. Bye for now.